here's my review of Donggung or The East Palace. And I know I normally cover and review dramas that have heavy romance themes, but this drama is going to be your Asma palette cleanser. So I will be using my Asma palette cleanser review scale for this review. And if you're curious or have no idea what review scale I am talking about, I have provided the link to the full review scale. So please take a look at it and follow along. Before I go into my review scale, I want to note that The East Palace, while placed in the horror genre, is not what I consider to be horror. It doesn't really do any jump scares, and it's honestly more like the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves. The East Palace is like the Chosun Dynasty Constantine, and maybe even more closely related to the American series Stranger Things, since it goes to a different realm and there's monsters. And in the East Palace, these monsters are kime, which are like supernatural beings. So, if you are hesitant about watching The East Palace due to the horror tag attached to it, I promise you it's not scary at all. Let's talk about the humor index. Level 2 out of 5. There were moments that were genuinely funny, but it was mostly like sarcastic humor and the deadpan type of humor. There's a lot of banter between the two main leads, played by Nam Joohyuk and No Yoonseo, and the comedic banter is what gives you that good chuckle. But this drama doesn't make you like have a belly laugh. There's a really cute character or a cute kime that gets introduced, and it's called the Gomoksari, and that also provides some comic relief. But the humor in this drama is what I consider to be pretty dry, which is why it gets a level 2. Side character delight gets a level 5 out of 5. I mean, Gomoksari alone, the little cute little Queen, gives this drama a level 5 on this scale. And it is so adorable. It looks like a black sesame rice cake and it stuffs its face with rice cakes. And then it kind of like cutely hobbles around like a toddler. And it's always around Kuchan, who's played by Nam Joo-hyuk. And, you know, it's a precious little thing. And I want this character to have its own spinoff. So the side character delight rating gets a level 5. Mood lift rating gets a level 1. I mean, it's still a horror action drama with a lot of supernatural moments and shamanism. I mean, your mood isn't going to be lightened, but you won't be scared. But there's, you know, like people dying and the supernatural beings, the Kime, trying to like take the main characters out. So this drama isn't what I would consider something to lighten your mood, which is why it gets a level 1. The romance level gets a level 2 out of 5. This drama doesn't have a heavy focus on the romance between the main leads, but it's clearly there. I mean, they're willing to die for each other. So, I mean, you can't discount that. But the romance between them is completely overshadowed by all the ghosts and the chaos that's occurring around them. I mean, who has time for love when your life is on the line? So, romance gets a level 2. The bromance bond rating gets a level 5 out of 5. Again, Gomaksari. Gomaksari alone gives the scale a level 5. It eats the rice cakes, but it feeds on yang energy or yangi. And Kuchon, who's played by Nam Joo-hyuk, has very little yangi. And it's because he loses it every time he goes into the spirit realm. And there was a moment where Gomaksari has to protect him and kind of like almost sacrifices his life for Kuchon. And he comes back and, you know, he's like weak and he's like low on energy. So Kuchon's like, fine, I'll give you some of my very low yangi. But you know, Gomoksari gets a little bit too greedy and Kuchon's trying to like throw him off, like literally trying to throw him off of him. And this relationship between Gomoksari and Kuchon reminds me of like the annoying little brother who like attaches onto the older brother who's like cold on the surface but like super warm on the inside. I mean, there's a moment where Gomoksari kind of like leans in onto Kuchon and Kuchon just like kind of like gets up and he like falls to the side. It's super cute, super precious. I don't know why they made this little Kwime look so darn cute. I mean, like the things that he can do is kind of creepy because he feeds on Yangi energy. And once he takes all of your Yangi, which if you don't have any Yang, you will like perish. And then apparently you'll see like a terror before you die. So it's like, it's kind of terrifying, but it's so darn cute. So Bromance Bond gets a level 5. The palette cleanse efficacy gets a level 4 out of 5. Um, this drama won't have you thinking about any previous dramas while you're watching it, but once you finish, it doesn't quite leave a mark. There are only 8 episodes, and it's just not enough to make you forget about all your other dramas. Like I said, in the moment, you feel very immersed. And the drama is very entertaining, it's very enjoyable, and there's a lot of things that you can visually capture. But once you finish a drama, you're not really thinking about it too much. Maybe for like an hour or two, and then you just kind of forget. So that's why it gets a level 4. The East Palace is a super entertaining and enjoyable drama while you're watching it. And I do recommend this drama. It's not a complete palate cleanser, but it's still really fun to watch. It's only 8 episodes, and that is why it doesn't get that full score from me. And there's some loopholes and gaps that don't get covered because it's so darn short. And maybe this is the production team's way of like setting it up for another season. I don't know if they're going to have another season, but again, I'm going to reiterate, this drama was just way too short. And while you're watching it, you get immersed in it and you're like totally into it, but then you finish it and then you're kind of like, huh? And the only reason why you'll be thinking about it is because you're like, wait, this part didn't make sense. Why did they cover that? So, like I just feel like while it's fun to watch, it's not something that I'm like, it's an amazing drama, but it was really fun to watch. So I still recommend it. Also, Nam Soo-hyuk's role as Kuchon was so good. I really think that this type of role suits him more so than his main lead roles in like the rom-coms that he's played in the past. And then his female lead partner, Do Yoonseo, was superb. I mean, I've always admired her. I've seen her in other works, and she's a great actress. But seeing her in a role like this was really fun. It was refreshing. I mean, she doesn't play this passive character that you normally see with female leads in this type of genre. So I would say that they were paired really well together to fight against these supernatural spirits. The other support casts are all veteran actors and actresses. And you should just watch this drama for the acting alone. I mean, the actress who plays the Tebi Mama is, oh my goodness. I mean, I've always admired her, but like she played this role so well. I was so convinced that she was this evil, like cunning, stroked out queen who wanted to just like take over the palace. And they really delivered their performance. So if the East Palace is not on your watch list, I would recommend you add it because it was really fun. Go watch it. Thank you for joining me on this review of the East Palace. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.